capable people. We want to talk to the people who have energy, who have initiative, who have creativity, who have drive. We want to talk mainly, or at least we want to talk first, to the people who can become teachers, then they can teach others. The class can teach the mass. The mass, they can never understand this stuff. It's too high for them. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. We're idealistic. Yes, we want to help everybody, but practical too. And the way that we help everybody is by helping the smart people first. How did we get on that subject? Did that answer the question?
Maybe. You have to be, because it's very late.
Who?
The person, Tom.
Oh. Oh well. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's continue with the Nectar of Devotion by Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami, by the way, is such a towering figure in our lineage that we are known as the Rupa Nugas. Rupa means Rupa Goswami, and Anuga means to follow. So we're known as the followers of Rupa Goswami because he was the one who wrote down the confidential teachings, the esoteric teachings of Lord Chaitanya. See, a real esoteric school is always based on a confidential teaching. Like you read in the Bible, for example, that Jesus, he taught certain things publicly. And then when he had his disciples privately, away from the general mass of people, he taught them more intimate, more confidential things. You see? Just like when you're out in public, let's say at a party, and everyone is watching and listening. You don't talk about really private, really intimate things. But if you meet your very close friend at the party, maybe you go into another room or you go outside and you talk about the more personal things. Huh? So similarly, in spiritual life, you have the teachings that are given to the public, given to everyone, like chant the holy name and 4 regulative principles, and offer your food to Krishna and like that. These teachings are given to everyone. They're for everybody. But then you have the more confidential teachings, like about ecstatic love, ecstatic symptoms, pure love of Godhead, spontaneous devotional service, recovering our original spiritual identity, and so on. These things are for advanced devotees. They're not for everybody. I mean, again, ideally we would like everyone to learn these things. But practically speaking, most people aren't capable. They don't have the intelligence. They don't have the detachment. They don't have the background knowledge, and they don't really have the time that's required to study everything, to learn these things. So these are the esoteric teachings which are passed down in a confidential way, in the background. And then the other teachings, the public teachings, are given in, to everyone. So we're like that too. And we're concentrating on some of these esoteric teachings because, as I said, we want to create a body of knowledge for training teachers. So all these videos where we're going through Nectar of Devotion, these are really going to become a part of our course for training our teachers in the future. Anyway, so we are the Rupa Nugas, and we're going to read from the 18th chapter of Nectar of Devotion, the character of one in ecstatic love. And this section is called Attraction for Living in a Place Where Krishna Has His Pastimes. Actually, we started this, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, here we go. There are many so-called devotees who artificially think of Krishna's pastimes known as Ashtakaliya Leela. Sometimes one may artificially imitate these, pretending that Krishna is talking with him in the form of a boy, or else one may pretend that Radharani and Krishna both have come to him and are talking with him. Such characteristics are sometimes exhibited by the impersonalist class of men, and they may captivate some innocent persons who have no knowledge in the science of devotional service. However, as soon as an experienced devotee sees all of these caricatures, he can immediately evaluate such rascaldom. If such a pretender is sometimes seen possessing imitative attachment to Krishna, that will not be accepted as real attachment. It may be said, however, that such imitative attachment gives the pretender hope that he may eventually rise onto the actual platform of pure devotional service. In other words, just like I was saying, if you have some public teaching or some public communication that's suitable for everyone to hear, then you give that in a public place, and then you may have some private or personal, confidential teaching that you give in a more intimate way or in a more restricted place. So if someone is talking with Krishna, or someone is talking with Radha Krishna, he's not going to do this in public. See, this is, again, is mixing up the material body and the spiritual body. The direct service to Radha and Krishna is performed in the spiritual body, not in the material body. How is it possible that our material body can approach the Lord? It's not possible. It has to be done in a spiritual body, in our original spiritual form. It's internal, it's inner. It happens in deep meditation, in deep states of trance and samadhi. It doesn't happen out in front of everybody. That's bogus. So if we see somebody trying, imitating all these ecstatic senses, oh, hello, Krishna, how are you today? I mean, this is just nonsense. This is imitative devotional service. Imitative attachment. This imitative attachment can be divided into two headings, namely shadow attachment and para, transcendental attachment. If someone, without undergoing the regulative principles of devotional service, or without being guided by a bona fide spiritual master, shows such imitative attachment, this is called shadow attachment. Sometimes it is found that a person actually attached to material enjoyment or salvation has the good fortune to associate with pure devotees while they are engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord. By the good grace of the Lord, one may also cooperate and join in the chanting. At that time, simply by the association of such pure devotees, the moon-like rays from their hearts reflect upon him, and by the influence of the pure devotee, he may show some likeness of attachment caused by inquisitiveness, but this is very flickering. And if by the manifestation of such shadow attachment one feels the disappearance of all material pangs, then it is called para attachment. You follow?
Para attachment.
Yeah?
What is that?
Okay. No, you don't follow. Yeah. Okay. So in other words, let's say there's some devotees out chanting. They have a chanting party, and they're out on the streets, and they're going around chanting the holy name with great ecstasy. They're attached. They're pure devotees. They have attachment. They have taste. They have steadiness. They have purity. And let's suppose there's some rascal standing on the side of the road, and he has no spiritual master. He doesn't practice any sadhana. He doesn't have any knowledge of scriptures. He doesn't know Sanskrit. He doesn't follow any rules. He doesn't chant japa, nothing. Just like like Uddhava calls it, standard rascal. Okay, and he comes along, here comes the chanting party, and he starts going, oh, Haribol, Haribol, and dancing along with the devotees. You've seen this, huh? They start dancing along with the devotees, and they don't even realize it. They don't even realize it, but they actually get into some transcendental mood, to some degree, huh? By reflection of the energy of the devotees. You see? This is called, there's shadow attachment, and then there's a reflection of attachment. In shadow attachment, someone is simply imitating externally something that should be happening internally.